Hey Jeff.
Hello, Laura Lee. How are you?
Good. How's it going?
Very good indeed. So let's go straight into an interactive question, okay? And I need people to be honest with themselves. On the scale of 1 to 10, if 1 is abysmal, but 10 is incredible, what number would you honestly give yourself, your business, your organization right now? What number would you give yourself for the levels of service and experience you're giving every customer and client? The vast majority of organizations, people, entrepreneurs will say 7 or an 8. You get the odd 9, maybe it's the odd 10, but it's very, very rare. What people are saying is, we're really good, but there's always room for improvement. How do we get that improvement? There is nothing new in the world of customer service, but I think I've found something. If your next inquiry for your next potential customer or client were an A-list celebrity, Hollywood god or goddess, and I'm talking Angelina Jolie, Brad Pitt, George Clooney, you know the A-list types. If your next customer was somebody like this, what would be the difference? What would be the difference in how you responded, how quickly you responded? What would be the difference in what you would wear, what you would say if they were coming into your meeting tomorrow, if you were setting up your normal meeting room for Laura Lee or I bet it would be different to what you would set it up for George Clooney. And the difference is the gap. This is the thing that inspires everybody, and this is the thing that I'm most proud of. Right now, we're delivering a high level of service, 7 or 8. How do we get an extra 1? How do we go over an 8 to a 9, a 9 to a 10 and beyond? With every individual watching this right now, every team, every organization, there is always a gap in our service we don't realize exists. Celebrity service shows you how to fill the gap. And I broke it down into 9 sections. And these are the 9 sections that you can completely redesign, but also redefine your levels of service and experience. We have consistency, excitement, love, engagement, bravado, response, independence, thank you, and you and your team. And you could look at any one of these components and outperform the competition. I have hundreds and hundreds of stories that I share with clients. But which ones do you choose? Have I been treated like a celebrity, an A-list celebrity? Yes. But one of my clients, so I work a lot with all sectors, but hospitality is a big one. I work with a lot of hotel brands, and the general manager and the team recognized my name on the booking. So I arrive in the dead of the night, sort of 11:45 at night, so it's a late flight, got to the taxi from Southampton to Portsmouth, and I got my key card, and I got up in the lift, and my room was at the end of the corridor, and I knew it was my room. I'm a big Star Wars fan, okay? Right, massive, right? Signed photographs from the stars. As I walked to the room, on the outside of the door was a R2-D2 light shining out, right? The droid that they hung it on the door. So I could see it from I started to laugh. I was like, oh my word, I think this might be my room. So I got there and I laughed. The next thing I did, I took a photograph because that's going to go on social media. But as I walked into the room, on the bed, that didn't sound too good. But on the bed, right? We're talking about the art of personalization, right? There were cushions on the bed. I was like, oh, how good is that?
That's amazing. That's
When you
incredible.
know something about a client, when you know something about a customer, okay, use it. We all have these CRM systems, okay? And what we have is name, address, email. There's a column always missing from everybody's CRM system. The column is called loves. Once you know what somebody loves, you get with your team and you say, how do we create a greater celebrity service experience to this one person in this one moment? They knew what I loved, so they did something personal. And one of the greatest B2B pieces of marketing and customer experience I've ever seen was on Valentine's Day. That morning, I received a second card through the post. And I was like, oh my word, what is this? And it was had my name on and address. And Haley gave my post, and I didn't know what it was, and I just put it to the side. And then I turned over, and it said Swalk, sealed with a loving kiss. And I thought, who is this from? So 12 hours later, Haley's asleep. I creep out of bed, walk along the corridor, and I open this card, and I'm thinking, oh my word, what is this? Because we don't play tricks on each other. Who on earth is this from? What is it? And it's the card was, would love to get closer to you. And I opened it. Please go to this website, closer to you /Geoff. And I've never been so relieved in all my life, because there on the screen was a message from a media company. Hello, Geoff. We want to get closer to you. And it was like, oh my word! I thought it was from some crazy person. Now, this is an organization that I spoke for literally 3 months before. So in December, it was one of the last events I did of the year, and I challenged them to come up with ideas to connect with their clients and potential clients like never before. He said, we took on board, he said, we did your 120 challenge. We need to come back to that, by the way. We did your 120 challenge, and we came up with an idea for Valentine's Day. It's cost £260 for 200 cards, envelopes, stamps, and a holding page. We have got over 73% response on this mailing in the first 24 hours. It's now turning into appointments, which is going to turn into an awful lot of business. Let me give you a couple of examples, because it means something to every organization. And I never personally know where those results could take them or what could happen. One of the nicest emails I ever had was from the CEO of Tesco Mobile. And I did a 45-minute talk to the general managers of Tesco Mobile. And she says, but our net promoter score, our NPS score, has increased 1.8 in the 2 weeks since your talk. The Headland Hotel in Newquay, if anybody's seen the movie The Witches, if you've ever seen the movie The Witches, that's the Headland Hotel. And I did a full celebrity service day with them. They were shortlisted for the Customer Experience Award in Cornwall that year. Now, this wasn't hospitality. This is every single business in the entire county. And they won. Of course they won. I wasn't going to tell you this story and say they came fourth. Doesn't really help. So the next morning, just before I got in the taxi to get in the train to come home, I met Lucy and all of the team with hugs and kisses in the foyer, and the trophy was wonderful. And she said, we knew we'd won it before they read out our name. And I said, how? And she said, Greg Wallace is reading out on the podium. He's reading out, and the winner is. And he read out this one sentence, and Lucy and the team screamed. And everybody else in the room was like, what do they know? And she'd got the piece of paper that he read out, and she'd give it to me the next day. She said, that's what he read out. And it said, many businesses say that they can deliver a great service, but this one particular business, the one who've won the overall category tonight, they no longer call it customer service. They call it celebrity service, treating each customer as if they were an A-list celebrity. And I was over the moon. I'm seeing the results. There's so many results I could tell you, but whether it be a net promoter score or whether it be a lovely piece of metal in your hand, one event, one conference, one moment of 40 minutes, 30 minutes, 2 hours, however long it be. It's a one-hit wonder. But there's that momentum. How do we keep momentum going? Because we can't bring Geoff in every week or every month. Not necessarily, but how do we keep that momentum? And I know you've seen this before, and I'm very excited, but we've got to support businesses. And this here, if the light can just get it, That is the celebrity service experience. It's full of videos and challenges, but it's a toolkit to build momentum after the talk.
How can we go over and above during this time?
Look, there's loads of things we can do. Here's some quick ones. And actually, I'll start with one of our wonderful clients in Ireland, the hair salon brand. So Peter Mark right now are every day, so you can't get your hair cut. It's like, oh my word, you can't get your hair cut. Every single day, one of their stylists across every one of their salons is producing a video. This is how you look after your hair. This is how you can do this. This is how you can look after your children's hair. And it's all about managing and looking after your hair, both with colors and dyes and what have you. But they're putting that out there. It's great content. It's advice because they are specialists. But every single day they have had a video for the last 8 weeks. So that's one thing you can do. It's a second tip I would say, not just the videos, but also reach out and offer. Reach out and offer. Another thing, and I'm going to go old school once again. Cards. You know, come out of this being the one that is actually on somebody's mantelpiece for the next 3 months. Emails get lost. Here's another one. Postcards. Found a great story. One of my clients wrote about the story, and I handwrite to every single client. And I did this in the first week of lockdown just to say, you know where I am, pick up the phone, I'm here to help. Reach out and offer. One quick thing I'll leave you with, because it's one of the biggest things to breathe fresh, creative ideas into any organization. It's something I'm very proud of. The Headland Hotel have done it. Xerox have done it. Peter Mark have done it. Emirates have done it. It's called the 120 Challenge. And say, how can we deliver a celebrity service to this person, to this organization? You only have 120 seconds to come up with ideas. What you will find is the teams will scribble ideas down. We can do this, we can do this, we can do this. Then feedback all of the ideas. I guarantee you, because you put such a short space of time on it, I guarantee you there will be ideas come from your team in lockdown that you've never had previously. I promise you there'll be 1 or 2 ideas you go, oh, that's brilliant. And then action it, do it. It's called the 120 Challenge. I'm very, very proud of it. It constantly generates ideas for any organization, for any business. I hope that helps.